What's up?
What's up, everybody? We look what we play. We play Silent Hill, the original PlayStation 1 classic. And you ready to start this, baby?
Yeah, I'm ready to start. Hold up, I gotta get the volume fixed in this because I'm hearing duplicates.
You are?
Well, it's because I got the Twitch up too because I'm trying to figure out where that pop up is.
Just
Where's the
mute
pop up?
the Twitch video, bitch. It's on the dashboard. You gotta be signed into our account, and then you click on fucking Revival House up at the top right, and then the drop down menu comes out. It says fucking dashboard. And you click that.
Okay, it's because I'm logged into my personal. That's why.
You
go ahead, don't
crazy bitch, crazy.
Don't mind me. Start playing this badass game.
All right, we gotta go ahead. We gotta start. What's up, pals? We got William Lowry in the motherfucking chat, motherfucker. He's our boy. You ever played this game, William? We know you loves the games. You has to have played this at some point. Yeah, so it just starts out. We got fucking Harry Mason, our boy. He is in the Mackensack cult. He just woke up. Obviously they got in a wreck, and they're like, "What the fuck happened?" And his daughter's gone, so he's like, "Where the fuck my daughter go?" See, people say it's his daughter. I think, he's seeing her. It's a sexual thing. He's a pedo, I think. Never played Silent Hill. Sue him. We're gonna sue you, William. We're suing you and him. We're suing you and Harry Mason. Cheryl, where could you be? Are you seeing my screen I shared with you? Aaron?
Talking to me? So I'm looking at it on Discord. I'm trying to get this figured out. Usually when we do these streams, I log into my personal account and I just watch the stream on mute like anybody else would see it. But I'm on the dashboard and I'm seeing a video preview that's a really small screen, and then I'm seeing the chat within the dashboard. Are you talking about like there's a separate pop-up I should do?
Yeah, if you're on you gotta be at our fucking
I'm
Twitch.
logged into ours now, yeah.
Yeah, so just click on dashboard, and then it should show it, and then click on the settings thing, and it should say pop-up chat.
Okay.
William's birthday was yesterday. He's 22. Happy birthday, William, my boy. I hope you enjoyed our gift to you, the fucking the commentary for Silent Night Deadly Night 2, which you've probably seen by now. What'd you think of that? Is it as shitty as we made it out to be? And now we're just following Cheryl. She's running away. She's a little bitch. I'd fucking beat the shit out of her. See, I always said if I had kids, it'd be just to beat the shit out of them. Because, beating the shit out of kids is funny. And, childhood cruelty is cool. We endorse that. I'm speaking for Aaron. He's not talking. That's how you know he agrees. I found the movie hilarious. William, I'm glad you did, because we were bored.
Yeah, that movie sucks. Hey, no, I'm not trying to be quiet. I'm just, I found a little thing where it looks like it's the settings, and it's not doing anything. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't get it to pop up.
Just watch it there, then you fuck up.
I don't want to because I can't see your fucking sexy mustache. It's so tiny. I don't
know. I don't see.
I can maximize the video screen. You know what? I got to be able to follow along here.
Let me see. Try to open it.
Hey, what's up, Adrian?
What's up, Adrian, our boy? See, I always thought this was kind of a missed opportunity. Not really, because as a kid, I swear, whenever it was this part at the opening, I thought it said "Beware of God." I was like, that's creepy. And then now, I must have just imagined it because it says dog there, or does it? It's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, it says dog. So, yeah, this is a great opening to the game. I always remember the opening to this game. It's a great opening. Look, what is this? It's a fucking dead dog, and it's pretty cool. Or is it Cheryl? It could be. So we're gonna, don't mind the cool camera angles. I just ran into the wall there. See, imagine if this was real life and you just ran into a wall like that. You'd be you'd be retarded. Like, nobody does that. Imagine if they did that in movies. Like, oh, I was distracted by the camera angle. Yeah, it's dark. I might want to up the brightness. I'm gonna do that. Let's do it. He's got a he's a fucking smoker, obviously. Harry Mason. He's gonna die not that long from now because he's a smoker. Brightness.
Oh, I heard the message I sent you, Zach, because your phone is on. Yeah, I sent you a picture, Zach, and that's what I should be clicking, I imagine, right? If you want to look at that, and it's not doing anything. Because I'd like to get this figured out so I can follow along better.
Yeah, that or somewhere on there.
It doesn't do anything. It just doesn't. It doesn't do anything.
It's because your computer's soy boy computer.
And my computer's better than yours, so
your computer sucks dick. If your computer's better than mine, it would have worked. You fucking bitch. Fucking.
That's what it is, though. That's what you push and you get it.
That is what it is, and that's how you know that's what it is. Okay.
I'm gonna refresh. Keep going though. Talk about it. Let's go.
Yeah,
I mean, this game. I remember borrowing this game from someone. It was the first time I played it, and it was. I thought it was quite a bit harder. Like the puzzles were tougher than Resident Evil puzzles at the time. So I never beat it back then. I just couldn't. I don't remember where I got stuck at that point, but yeah, it was tougher than Resident Evil.
Yeah, your voice is all fucking clumsy sounding. Your fucking internet search for whatever you're supposed to be finding is fucking up your connection error. So lay off of it. This is a great image. I would fuck that body. Would you fuck that body, Aaron? I bet you would. I bet you'd suck that dick. Oh look, and these little kids are trying to suck Harry's dick. I think see the way it works in fucking Silent Hill is like you know your conscience, like it reads your minds and the shit that like you regret and shit. It kind of they manifest in the town. So obviously Harry is afraid of little kids sucking his dick. Or trying to, and he knocks him off. But yeah, we're supposed to die there, and now we're gonna see him wake up like the little bitch he is.
Yeah, so you're saying I sound like shit? Is there? So I just refreshed our Twitch page, and the video preview's there still as it should be, but now it says there's nobody in the chat. Is there still people in the chat?
Yeah.
So I don't know what the fuck's going on. Oh, well, hey, do I sound okay to you guys that are listening?
You sound fine now. It was just for a second.
I don't know what's going on, man.
You fucking bacon boy.
Well, seriously, it's saying there's no one in the stream chat now. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I gotta say, I do not like Twitch in the way it's laid out. It's overly complicated.
Oh, you're always talking it up about how it's the future, and now you don't like it. Oh, that's great, Aaron.
No, it's just not. It doesn't mean it has to have a good layout.
What's up? Yeah, I'm seeing the chat, Aaron. What's up, Aaron? What's up, Zach? What's up, Omega? William says.
All right, I got it back. Yeah. So what it is it just didn't show any of the old chats when I refreshed it, but now they're typing again. So,
Aaron and Zach, what's your favorite Silent Hill game? Mine is 2.
I don't know. It's obviously 1 or 2. I think 1 has some nostalgia to it. There's something about it. It's obviously a bit more dated. 2 holds up a little better. I don't know. I'm really not sure.
Exactly. Fucking part 2 it's Donk. And we can play that too. I got that to play also. I got 2 tree. I got 4. I gotta wait till I get the fucking component cable to HDMI converter for that one though, because I only got it on PlayStation 2. But yeah, we could I got Silent Hill Homecoming. I was thinking about doing a solo one of that because I recently started playing through that again. And but yeah, this is where Harry he meets Sybil, and she's a police officer, and she's fucking in the town too, and it's pretty donk. It's pretty fucking donk, I think.
I'm gonna let you read the questions, Zach, because I'm gonna choose to maximize the screen so I can watch the game, and then if I do that, I can't see the questions because I can't do the pop up. So you'll have to follow along.
William Lowry says, you sound like Aaron, must be the Illuminati messing with you. I think he's talking to our boy Adrian. And yeah, the Illuminati, actually the Illuminati can't fuck with Adrian because he is the Omega. So, Zach, have you seen the film Bernie with Jack Black? I have. Quite a while ago. Richard Linklater directed that movie, and he's pretty cool. He's my boy. I know Richard. Me and Richard go way back. I call him Dick. We're on we're on first name basis. I call him by Dick though. Do either of you two have the PT demo? I do. We can play that also sometime.
No, I never got it. Actually, I didn't own a PS4 when that was out. I didn't get a PS4 until whenever the Crash Insane trilogy came out. I finally pulled the trigger on a PS4 because I wanted to play that, and I think that was like over a year ago. So I never got to play PT.
So yeah, last night we were gonna do this, but we had to push off doing our weekly commentary. We ended up doing Lethal Weapon, the original. And during that, I found out Aaron doesn't like the mustache I had, so I made sure to trim the rest of it even better so that my mustache sticks out even better. And we're gonna, it's Donk. So we're gonna continue to piss him off every time he sees my mustache.
Well, it doesn't make me mad or anything. I just think it makes you look old. I mean,
he said my mustache
that just rocks a mustache. You know,
he said my mustache and my glasses make me look like 10 years older, and I said, cool, that's good.
Both him and Riverman have the Jeffrey Dahmer glasses, those old 80s retro chic molester glasses.
Exactly. Why wouldn't you have them? If you gotta wear glasses, why wouldn't you get the fucking Jeffrey Dahmer glasses? Jeffrey Dahmer's a donk.
Riverman looks weird, like he loves it. He loves looking fucking older for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't look older if I tried.
You look 80 years old. How old are you?
32, but I think I look a few years younger.
Okay, let's see. Zach is rocking a thick mustache. Exactly. Aaron can't deal with it.
I'll take it back, man. I'll just minimize the screen because you should focus on playing the game.
I do suck at multitasking. Oh look, there's a fucking pterodactyl there. A pterodactyl. I better equip the gun. I was wondering why it wasn't shooting him.
Yeah. The action in this game is a bit clunky. I know it's not focused on the action. It's not the primary thing, but it's definitely clunky.
It's clunkier than my cock. Anytime I try to fuck anybody, I'm really fucking clunky with it.
I always thought the character designs in this game looked kind of creepy, just the way the people look. They all have this creepy look about them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
eyebrows.
I need to get used to these controls again. It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Radio. Who's it needs a radio?
I don't know. I mean, this is obviously the most successful of the Resident Evil ripoffs, but I don't know. Do you like this game better than any of the main line Resident Evil games?
I like Resident Evil 2 and the remake better than this. Do I like my favorite Resident Evil game better than I like my favorite Silent Hill game? I don't know. That's tough.
Oh, so you were talking about pitting the RE1 remake with Silent Hill 2, and you think it'd be hard to decide?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So yeah, here's our map. We're gonna be looking at that a lot, and check out the the horror references on here. Bachman Road. That was Stephen King's pseudonym that he went under when he wrote what was that?
The Bachman books. Well, that they released a collection known as the Bachman books.
He wrote Rage. Rage is the only one I think I read of the Bachman books. That's the one about the kid that takes the gun to school.
The Running Man was a Bachman book.
Yeah, we got Block Street. He's the guy that wrote Psycho. He's my boy. I would fuck Block. William Block, I think is his name. Yeah, we're supposed to go the other way, but I'm going this way first because I already know where there's something down here to get. See how pixely this looks? This is how it looked on the original PlayStation because I'm playing it on the PlayStation 3, and it's just you can buy the ROMs of PlayStation 1 games, and it's an effect called dithering, which a lot of fucking PlayStation 1 games did, and it looks shit.
Which is why they use so much mist and fog in this game to cover up how shitty the backgrounds looked, which is a cool tactic. You know, and plus it made the game feel claustrophobic even when you're outdoors. It's pretty neat. Let's see.
Key of Lion.
William's asking if we'd take a trip to Silent Hill. Yeah, why the fuck not? Yeah, hotels would be cheap.
Yeah, and we'd read our minds and know the shit we're scared of and used to get us. That's dark. I'd let it.
You know, I know the fucking movies have a fan base, a weird cult following, but I think they're shit.
I don't like any of them either.
I saw the first one in theaters, and I'm just like...
Me and Mac went to Sounds of the Underground, and we were in a hotel room, and we saw, oh shit, they got movies that are out of the theater. He's like, oh, Silent Hill's on there, let's get it. And right away, I'm like, oh, that's gonna suck. It's a movie, video game movie. He's like, yeah, we gotta get it. And I ended up fucking compromising, get it, and then fell asleep within like the first 30 minutes. Then I finally watched it when it came out, and I was like, yeah, that wasn't very good.
I think it's the con circuit that keeps that movie alive as far as a fan base, because the Pyramid Head, people dress as that movie Pyramid Head all the fucking time.
Yeah, fun fact, whenever Silent Hill Homecoming for like Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, it came out around the time the movie did. And it's funny because that game gets it gets shat on because it kind of, because of the timing, it kind of became Silent Hill the movie, the game. So they put Pyramid Head in it, even though it makes no sense for him to be in it, because he only fucking made sense for the main character of the second movie. People hate that game. I don't hate it though.
William says he picked up a couple of Blu-rays as a birthday gift to himself, including Buckaroo Banzai Steelbook and Maximum Overdrive. Buckaroo Banzai was a request by someone I work with, actually, Zach. They want us to do a commentary of that.
I'd do that.
I've never seen it.
It's a fucking weird movie. I miss... we need to go back to a world where movies like that exist and get made. Because they don't anymore.
So we'll have to get to that. Maximum Overdrive, that's a good, shitty movie. Hey, which goes back to Bachman, which goes back to Stephen King. It's like full circle. It's the first and only movie he ever directed. I don't think he'll ever direct again, he said after that.
Yeah, apparently he was on coke pretty hardcore while making that movie. And I can see why.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it was one of those things where he's like, yeah, anybody can direct. I can do it. And it was just a terrible experience.
Coke was the uncredited second writer of a lot of his books, too, especially It. You could tell he was on coke when he was writing a fucking flying turtle and shit. Sketchbook cover. This picture, it's me. How the fuck do you think that, Harry? That looks nothing like you. The first picture that Cheryl drew in the sketchbook that our pictures are hiding that a little bit, but save on her 5th birthday. You can't pick that up. Yeah, Harry's just like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I have no emotional attachment to Cheryl's drawing. I'll just leave that. I always thought that was funny. You just leave it there. Pretty donk. Fucking Harry, he's savage. You don't give a fuck about Cheryl. See, that's what gives credence to my theory that Cheryl, he brought her here. He actually wanted her to die, and he got a wreck on purpose. Yeah, so Cheryl, it looks like she's at the school because there's a picture there that says to school. She must have just wrote that for Harry to find to school. Going to school. Why would you go to school whenever you don't got to? What a stupid fucking kid. I hate kids.
As a Hulk Hogan line. I hate kids. Hey, Adrian is asking a really random question. He's asking me, what do I think of Artie Lang's nose? I think it's fucked up. I know he got in that fight a couple of months ago and got his nose broken, but I don't know if people were speculating that was just a tall tale and it was because of like cocaine damage. But his nose is all fucked up from just...
He's got coke nose.
Yeah, it's from years of abuse, I'm sure. But he's one of those guys that's just... I can't believe he's still alive, but he's eventually going to die because he looks about 30 years older than he really is. And I don't know. He's a sad case.
We're all going to die, A-Rod. Why are you shaming Artie for being, he's going to die someday. We all going to die.
He legit aged 30 years in about 10. It was pretty crazy to watch.
It's because he likes to party. He knows how to live.
He told a cool story about getting a cum load shot on his chest one time at a party.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
His own or someone else's?
Someone else's. He ended up walking into like an orgy room and he didn't realize it, and a load hit his chest.
I remember one time Mac was telling me that he went to a friend's house and there was an orgy going on, and it was funny. And then the next day, it was actually the guy that was our vocalist in our band. The next day, we went to practice, and there was still some like bloody dildo sitting on his
Oh,
living room table or something.
a bloody dildo?
Yeah, I don't know why it was bloody.
So, how many people were involved in this orgy?
I don't know. I never really asked him much about it, but it sounded pretty dog.
Does an orgy? What's the minimum number it has to be considered an orgy? Is it have to be more than 3, or is it 3 or more? Because you know what I mean.
I don't know.
Adrian, do you know? You look like it. You sound like you have a guy that's had an orgy or 2 in your life. Maybe not. I don't know. So wait. So he said there was an orgy going on at this party or his apartment. Was the singer of your band just nailing a bunch of chicks, or was he fucking dipping it in some dudes too, or what?
No, he's not gay. I think he's or bisexual. He's just fucking the chicks, I guess. I don't know if there was any gay sex going on. That'd be dog though. I'd have came. I'd have come.
Adrian's saying more than 3 is an orgy. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I mean, most people would just call 3 a threesome, so that's why I was thinking maybe it was more than 3. But have I told the story about walking into an orgy in Russia?
No,
probably.
You should.
No, I was probably saving it because I want to do a podcast sometime, just telling travel stories and things like that. But yeah, I walked in on an orgy in Russia once. Super liberal people.
That's dog.
And it may or may not have been all the college kids in that one video. Me playing behind. Or, remember the Behind Blue Eyes? They were asking for it. Limp Bizkit, Behind Blue Eyes, that video you've seen?
Oh, so they're dumb anyway, so who cares? I wouldn't have joined in their orgy either. Thinking that's a good song.
It was an awkward moment for sure. Hey,
play Limp Bizkit, Behind Blue Eyes. It's a very nice.
He's like, I think it's very nice. Like, all right.
You sound like Bull Rat.
Yeah, they kind of sound like Borat. You know, Kazakhstan is not too far from Russia, I don't think.
Was it a straight orgy?
We don't know. I was trying to get to the bottom of it, Adrian. And I guess we'd have to have Mac on for this. If Mac joins the chat, we'll ask him.
Yeah, Mac at least was in there for a second, I know.
It's probably one of those things where there's more dudes and more girls, but they're all just kind of like keeping it straight within the orgy. You know, that thing where I've got guy friends that have done that. They've gotten their dick sucked while their best friend was tagging the girl's ass or something from behind. And I'm like, that's just too fucking weird for me, man.
That's dog.
I don't know, man. Hey, now put troll aside. I'm asking you that question. So if it was like a really, really hot chick, Zach, and yeah, she was gonna suck your dick, but Mac had to be tagging her ass like on the couch next to you. Would you be able to do it? Would you be able to separate yourself out of that situation that Mac was there too and just enjoy it?
Probably.
I
don't know until it happens or the opportunity
and I'm sure
comes
it's
up.
one of those things that just kind of happens in the moment and you think about it later and you're like, well, okay. So like, what if like, yeah, but would you be able to get enough into your zone to where you'd be able to tune out Mac moaning and fucking, you would feel her fucking mouth getting, juggling your cock because Mac's ramming her ass. You know what I mean?
I would ask to switch at least once.
And
somebody was playing basketball with the dog said that's gruesome. Go ahead, though.
I don't know, man, because it's like, it would probably feel good that her throat was bouncing around in your dick. And it's like, well, that's partly due to Mac, gyrating her ass back and forth. So it's like, oh, well, that's a therapy session. And then you would hear Mac moaning and you're like, well, and you'd be starting to moan. That'd be fucking weird. You'd be moaning in unison. And then, I don't know. And then you'd probably blow your load at the same time he started coming and increasing his moaning. And then you'd be like, well, man, did that help my orgasm?
Maybe it would take you out of the zone and make you last longer. And then it's longer before you blow your cummies all over her. I had to say cummies to make you bad there.
Adrian says that. Wait, I bet you were trying to get to the bottom of it. Oh no, man, dude! If that was me, if I was hypothetically in a situation like that, I'd never be a bottom. I'm way too alpha for that. Despite what Zach says, Zach, I could totally see, and Mac would be a total fucking bottom, 100%.
Mac's totally bottom. We fuck all the time.
Oh no, hashtag cummies. Let's not get that started.
And he
Adrian.
takes the nut. Hashtag cummies. That should be a shirt. See, I always forget where this last key is. It's just kind of circled. And it's like, where is it?
I was right before we started recording this. I was listening to the new Mac and Zach for Lep in the Hood, and I thought it was really funny. There's a lot of good banter in that.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the movie much.
No, I think you guys are too harsh on it. I think both Lep in the Hood movies are unquestionably better than Lep 4. You're crazy. I mean, they have some merit.
Oh, fuck you. You're just too light on Lep in the Hood. Do no good. It does no good. And what is it good for? Absolutely nothing is what I say.
Yeah. Adrian's like, you never know, Aaron. Don't knock it till you try it. I don't know, man. I think taking something in your ass is one of those things where I don't really have to try it to know I don't want it up there. That's just me.
You've taken more shit in your ass than I have. You talk about cleaning your ass with your fingers. I've never even done that.
I have?
Yeah, on the show a couple times.
All right, well, I'm pleading the fifth moving forward.
I
don't go like knuckle deep or anything.
Yeah, recently I've been kind of having a hard time pooping. I gotta fucking squeeze it out to get it to come out. It just it comes out, pokes out, and just kind of sits there, and then I gotta push. So I was like, is my fucking asshole like swollen shut or something? Why is it so hard to get this out? So I stuck basically the tip of my finger in there to see if it was tight. But I was only comparing it to what I assumed it as tight as it should be. It could have been tighter. I don't know. It's pretty dumb.
Next time, Zach, next time you have that problem with the turtle head or whatever, just stick your finger in it. It's like a ½ inch, and then push to the side wall of your anus, and it should do the trick. But or you could just drink some detox tea. I drink detox tea. You can go on a cleanse for a couple of weeks and just kind of drink a cup of something like that, and that'll clean you out, man. Let's see here.
It will clean me out, and that's what's so great about putting your finger in your ass. It cleans you out.
Look at this. William's actually asking questions about the game. What a loser! I'm just kidding. He says, "Doesn't the first game feature?" Can't you see we're talking about serious stuff here? No, he says, doesn't the first game feature alternate endings? Yes, it does.
Every single one of them does.
Yeah, one of which involves aliens. That I don't recall.
Yes, there is. You have to get basically you can only get that ending after you've beaten it once already, and then it's like usually it's set up where you find a special item and then do something with the item, and then it happens.
I'm familiar with the Jacob's Ladder sort of like purgatory type ending, right? It's
this game was completely inspired by that movie, the whole series.
Yeah. That Jacob's Ladder, and I don't know if Jacob's Ladder was the first, but let's just say Jacob's Ladder, for the sake of keeping it simple, inspired there's like a whole subgenre of films and games and stories that kind of do that thing, right? The Jacob's Ladder effect, and it's actually something. When things do it well, I'm a big fan of that whole thing. So, but no. So, what is the aliens? I've never seen or heard or read about that ending. Does it completely change the canon of the story when you get an alternate ending? Is it a completely different ending?
No, they're just kind of all the alien endings are tongue in cheek, funny.
Okay, gotcha.
And I think the alien ending, this one was just kind of added at the last minute as a joke because it's the only one that, like it basically becomes a cartoony looking type of cutscene at the end rather than normal cutscenes. And then they just kind of stuck with that throughout the rest of the series. Like in part 2, there's 2 joke endings. One where like a dog, you walk into a room and a dog is behind it all. He's like controlling everything. It's pretty funny. Stupid.
Yeah, so I'm not familiar with all the alternate endings.
There's always a birthday ending.
William also says, come on, Aaron, Leprechaun 4 is fucking Joanna, man. It has to be a classic. I know, man. I was listening to, I think it was their Lep 4 commentary, and they were talking about Miguel Nunez Jr., and they were listing off all these movies he's in, and they literally were just fucking talking about Ernest earlier commentary, and they didn't mention that he was in Slam Dunk Ernest, too.
Yeah,
but you know what?
Fuck us.
Joanna Man can't save Slam Dunk Ernest.
Slam
But
Dunk Ernest is great. You're just a beta boy. You can suck my dick.
And of course, he plays in Street Fighter as DJ. He's part of the comic relief of that movie. There's a lot of comic relief in that movie. Let's see. Oh, Aaron, a chick has never licked your ass. So the answer would be no. It's not something I have curiosities about. You know, whenever I'm married and we're hitting like a 50th anniversary and we need to spice it up, maybe it'll be something that comes to the table. But at the same time, I don't want anybody licking my like 80-year-old ass either. So,
is there a chick that's so hot you would eat her ass without even wiping? No.
No, I have no desire.
Yeah, it'd be a shorter list naming the chicks that aren't hot enough for me to lick their ass without them wiping.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure Mac has had his ass licked more than a time or two. I'm sure he's, you know.
I've done it at least once.
You've licked the ass?
Mm-hmm.
Was it somebody in the back of a pickup truck, and was it somebody that had a sibling there?
It was just the last time we were fucking, actually, because I said we fuck all the time.
You and Mac? Okay.
It's part of the Mac and Zach mythology.
Oh, okay, great. Hey, next time, well, no, he might get mad at me. I was going to say, next time you see Dakota, my brother, on a stream, you should ask him about that, because I know he told me he's had his ass licked a couple of times.
Why would you want your asshole like that's dark?
I don't know. I guess I'd rather have my ass licked than lick an ass.
Well, I do them both at the same time. So this is our first fucking...
You'd have to be in a centipede for that. You'd have to have two people to do it at the same time.
Yeah, what's a hot chick you wouldn't mind being behind in a human centipede? Let's ask that question.
It's just another wording of the exact same question you asked before. No,
okay. If someone was gonna put you in a human centipede, you had to do it. You can't get out of it. Who's
okay?
the chick?
Whose mouth would I shit in? So, if you spin it like that, if I was at the front of the centipede, then it would have to be somebody I really, really hate. But then but I'd also have to be able to live for a while with that person's lips fucking attached to my ass. I don't know. I'd shit in your mouth probably on certain days.
Who's the hot chick though that you wouldn't mind being behind?
I would have to be at the front of the centipede because I do not want...
that's not the question. You gotta pick a chick to be behind. Just pick a hot chick that you wouldn't mind.
I got nothing, man.
Oh, fuck boy.
Jessica Rabbit. Can it be a fictional cartoon?
I guess. You fucking pussy. You're a party pooper.
I know, I'm so vanilla.
You are.
Let's see. Always remember, if a girl asks what your favorite number is, say 69, says William. 69, dude.
Look at this picture though. This is great for this fits in a school.
Is that something that Mac and Zach told you on their advice on how to pick up chicks?
That's what we should have told them. Look, they got bullets in here too. Like see, obviously Silent Hill takes place in recent times. There's bullets in a school. You gotta get some bullets for your Glock.
William's asking if we like X-Files. Yeah, I like X-Files.
X-Files is donk.
I've never, since we've had streaming services and stuff like that, I've never gone back and like binged it. Last time I watched it was back when it was just kind of on TV, and I'd kind of just catch episodes when I can, and I always liked it, but I've never been able to binge it, so I've been meaning to. I heard the new season. I heard they weren't that good. Riverman said like the first half was good.
I liked the newest season way more than the last season before that.
So there's two new seasons, right?
Yeah.
Okay, is that Hulu original or what? I can't remember.
It was on Fox, like normal.
They were on Fox. Okay. To be honest with you, as much as I like X-Files, I was a huge fan of Californication, that David Duchovny show. I think I love that show. That's really good.
Never watched it.
It's really, really good, man. It was streaming on Netflix and Amazon Prime and all that shit for the longest time. It might still be. So if it's still on there, I recommend watching it. Let's see. Adrian used to watch X-Files when he was a little kid, when it first aired on TV. Yeah, same here. X-Files scared William as a little kid. He loved the show. He loves the show now, especially from my boy Skinner. Gotcha.
Yeah, have you ever watched that show that's on Netflix? Fucking The Secrets of Magic or whatever it is. That's got Nick Pileggi doing. He's always like narrating the episodes, and it's funny because he's always like leaving the comments, talking about how much he wants to fuck the magician's assistants. He's like, oh yeah, I'd let her do that to me. Like he's always just adding shit like that. Like I'd let her tie my hands behind my back. It's pretty donk.
Adrian, you must think we're like Dr. Ruth now with all these questions. He says, so Aaron, if a chick was blowing you and all of a sudden she starts to lift up your legs, would you start freaking out? Yeah, especially if I didn't trust her that well. I didn't know her that well. I mean, are we talking about like I was thinking like she was gonna like go work the shaft and then she's gonna fake me out like she was gonna like lick my balls, which is a good thing, and then she actually goes lower and goes for the ass. I don't know. That wouldn't freak me out as much as like a finger in the ass out of nowhere while you're getting your dick sucked, because that's just unfair because you're totally distracted by, the tonsils on the dick and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden you're not going to expect a finger going in your ass. I don't know. That I wouldn't like.
I'd like it all. You never. Sometimes, whenever you're jacking off, you wanna feel something moist on your asshole. You do some stuff to get that to happen. Just fucking, wet your finger a little bit and just touch your asshole. It makes it better. It just adds that extra oomph. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, William, we do not mention the movie Shocker in this house because it's kind of a fucking cheese fest.
That's a donk movie. No, it's not really, but it's it exists.
Hey, Adrian's saying, hey, Aaron, I'm sorry for asking you such personal questions. I was just fucking playing, man. You can ask us whatever you want. I'm kidding. I like it actually. Zach and I are open books. Keep it coming. It's actually really interesting.
Ask Aaron how big his cock is, and he has to answer it. He'll have to give us the measurements, and then I can make a fucking life-size replica of him because I'll know everything. I can finally.
William loves Shocker.
That sucks. That sucks. Seeing you chuckle because it just makes me fall out of it. It fucking ruins my character.
Oh,
video is killing our podcast.
Video kill the podcast stars.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian's not going to ask that, so I don't have to answer it. That's what he said.
Then I'll ask you, how big is your cock, Aaron? I gotta know.
I don't fucking dance for you, Zach. I'm not your fucking monkey. How big's your cock?
I don't know.
Whatever you say, mine's 2 inches bigger. By default.
Yeah, we should do that. At some point, we should just get out fucking, a tape measure and do it live on screen.
I don't know if the size of some dude's cock was reflective of their overall height. Mac would probably have the tiniest dick. He'd have a baby dick.
See, he was fucking with our what we thought was because we thought we were gonna say he's got the biggest dick because he's the shortest guy, but no, he switched it on it. What do you think you know? Why did he switch it out? Why?
That's exactly. Not the way it works.
That's
not the way it works.
It is the way it works.
One chick that fucked Mini-Me, Vern Troyer, she said how big he was. It was some chick on the Howard Stern show, I believe. And I think that's one of the questions she got probed was how big Mini-Me was. And he wasn't that big.
That's too bad.
I mean, what if I know he got fucked in 2 different places in life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Adrian's asking how tall Mac is. I don't know. He's not tall. Right, Zach? He's pretty short.
Yeah, I don't know.
He should have replaced Warwick Davis in the new Leprechaun movie.
He's not that short.
He's not that short. But, camera tricks, angles, they could.
He's probably like whatever the shortest you have to be considered a midget. He's probably like an inch taller.
So he's Dane DeVito?
Yeah, I'm just saying it because I know once he hears it, he'll be like, fuck you.
Yeah, no, we're just fucking shitting on him. We're just be funny.
He'll be like, fuck you guys. I prefer growth impaired.
But Mac looks like Val Kilmer, so it's all right. He's like post emo core Val Kilmer. He's like if Val Kilmer was a generation ahead, and he grew up during the scene days. That's Mac.
What do you think Mac's favorite band was in 2005?
2005?
Yeah.
2005.
Take a wild guess. I don't know what it was, but you're probably right.
I have to think about 2005 for a second because I wasn't in high school no more. So as soon as you leave high school, you start falling out of touch with.
Oh, fuck this. The infamous fucking piano puzzle. Guess what?
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it. You're going to look up the solution.
This is where I got stuck. When I first borrowed the game, I got stuck here and could not beat it.
You're telling me you couldn't figure out this fucking puzzle? A tale of birds without a voice. First flew the greedy pelican, eager for the reward, white wings flailing. Then came a silent dove flying beyond the pelican, as far as he could. A raven flies in, flying higher than the dove, just to show that he can. A swan glides in to find a peaceful spot next to another bird. Finally, out comes a crow, coming quickly to a stop, yawning and then napping. Who will show the way? You're telling me you couldn't figure out that easy fucking puzzle? Yeah, nobody could. So we looked at tips and tricks.
Yeah, and that's definitely an advancement over the lifespan of the guy in the first Resident Evil, where it was easy. You know, you just do the order of the fucking like birth, you know, death and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like that stuff you could actually figure out. You want me to look it up, really?
Yeah, it even it inspired them whenever they made the second one and every sequel after this to always make an easy mode for the riddles alone, so you could play the game on normal but easy riddle mode.
That puzzle inspired it, really?
Probably.
No shit. That's what I got stuck on. I got fucking stuck on it and it was, I don't know, man. I was probably like 13 years old or something, and we couldn't beat it. Let's see. Fuck yeah, Mac looks like Val Kilmer. Maybe he'll be the next Batman. No, I think there's a height requirement. He could be Robin, though.
They could put platform shoes on him.
Yeah, that's what they do to Stallone. Let's see. Yeah, the puzzle sounds complicated. Let me grab an issue of PlayStation Official Magazine. Do you have this exact issue? I'm going to look it up right now, actually. So bear with me, Zach. Keep talking, and I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm not even to it yet, so you can take your time. I gotta find a key to unlock the fucking.
I like how it's giving me all these steps and the breakdown of what the fucking puzzle means. Like, just tell me what to push, you know.
See, usually this is how you do it. You gotta shoot them like 3 times. They fall down, then you kick them. That's the death blow. And that's how it is on all the sequels too.
Okay. Well, whenever you're ready, I have the order of the keys. So.
All right. Look, now he's trying to suck my fucking asshole. They heard our conversation.
Oh, that's good. It's a twist.
See, that's what's good. Whenever you're out in the outside world, you basically just want to run past all the fucking enemies because they respawn. And whenever you're in one of these areas, you can kill them because they don't respawn. It's pretty dark.
Let's see. Adrian's asking if I've ever been hit on by a guy while working out at the gym. No, not at the gym. You know, I keep to myself at the gym. The thing is, you know, these days, you know, everybody's got their iPods in. Everybody's listening to music at the gym. So, and when somebody's got music in their ears, that's like the universal symbol for don't bother that person, you know? Mm-hmm. So nobody approaches anybody.
Unless they're older generation. Like if you grew up with parents and still had an iPod with earbuds, they always try to talk to you while you had those in. It's like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. Don't you see I have these in?
I've gotten hit on a time or two from guys online, just rando fucking dudes.
That's dog. Did you ever take them up on an offer?
Absolutely not. One guy had a profile avatar of Abe Lincoln, and what? At a principle, I mean, I'm not gay, but at a principle too, I think you're a catfish. Something tells me that's not you.
Abe Lincoln would definitely be the gayest of all the presidents if you had to pick one.
There was some sort of historian that wrote a book trying to back up his theory that Abe Lincoln was gay. You know, and had an affair with, I don't remember who they said he had an affair with.
Back in the old days, whenever you thought you'd burn in fucking hell if you acted on those impulses, you probably did hide it and just, no, I'm gonna fuck chicks anyway. So who knows how many gay presidents we've had.
That's why he had that big top hat, man, so he could cover up his giant erection, you know? because he had a big dick or something.
See, I'm terrible. I always have to look at the map multiple fucking times. And this series is great because they always did this thing where it marks off, the doors you've been through, like the doors that you can't open. It'll put a squiggle on, and then the doors that are locked, it'll put a line on. It's pretty donk.
William, you got a bunch of fucking back issues of Nintendo Power and Game Informer. I'm jealous, man. I used to have a lot of that stuff too, and over the years it just kind of disappears, or you throw it out or something like that. It is kind of clutter, but there's part of me that misses some of it, and I've been kind of wanting to, if I could get them cheap enough, if I could find them online in a lot or something, to get some of those old magazines back. Like I used to have every issue of Sega Visions, which isn't saying much because it wasn't like super long lasted. If I don't know how many issues it was, but it wasn't any more than like 30 issues, I guarantee you. But I've been kind of wanting to see if I could find a lot of Sega Visions on eBay or something. But I wouldn't want to pay more than like 50 cents an issue, because it is kind of clutter, and I would like read it and get my enjoyment out of it in like a second, and I'd be like, okay, why do I have this?
And then you'd be like, oh, yeah, I remember why these were so annoying. Look at all these ads. The only one I was ever subscribed to was Tips and Tricks.
Yeah, I mean, and even then, you have one issue, you have them all, and updated the codes in the back. Because every now and Blue Moon, they'd update the codes with the newer releases. But that was pretty cool, man. Well, even then, you could just go to the store and look at the most recent issue of Tips and Tricks and fucking
write it down.
I didn't have a cell phone, so I'd bring like a little piece of paper and a pen. And you'd write down the codes, whatever. And sometimes I didn't have that, and I'd be like, okay, well, I have to memorize this. And luckily, cheat codes weren't super hard back in the day, and I'd go home like reciting the fucking code in my head like a million times, so I didn't forget it. I'd turn into a song. Mm-hmm. But nowadays, dude, if only I had this phone, you could just take a picture of it. But
now you don't need it.
If we had a smartphone, you just fucking look it up on your phone. So.
Fucking technology, it's just the ultimate fucking haha, fuck you. And you finally get something to easy take a picture of the Tips and Tricks, but you don't need it anymore anyway. And fucking Tips and Tricks don't exist anymore. They fucking folded that shit.
There's two magazines that I have specific, like particular nostalgia for that I wish I still owned. There was the cover story of Game Pro of Ocarina of Time that I remember I bought because I was so excited for that game. And it had a walkthrough of the first 3 temples in it. And this is before I actually got the game, right? And then I got the game like right after, and I loved it, man. I love the art on it, and I wish I still had that just for shits, because I think that also had a really cool article on MK4, which was coming out. And I remember like it was an interview with Ed Boon. He was talking about the all new Zeus hardware and what it was going to do. And there's some screenshots like, ooh. And what else? Oh, and then the second magazine, there was a particular issue of PSM. Do you remember PSM?
Yes.
Is that okay? There's a particular issue, and I think it came out in, I want to say 98. And it was awesome because that was a really cool year for video games. And the cover was, it was an amalgam of like that year's biggest games. And it had Leon and a zombie from RE2. And it had like, I want to say Squall Leonhardt from Final Fantasy VIII. And then a couple other things. But it was a really cool issue. I really liked it. And I don't know why. I just wish I had that issue again.
Did it make you come?
There was an ad in that particular issue for this. It was like a guide. It was a code book. It was produced by PSM, and it was like an encyclopedia for like every code for every game up to that point, which is 98. And I wanted it so bad. I remember I asked my dad for it. I'm like, hey man, I don't remember how much it cost. I don't know if it was $10 or $20 or what it was, but you had to mail it in and to get it. And I really wanted it. Anyway, the ad had this chick with like triple fucking E tits for some reason, because sex sells. I don't really know what that had to do with video games, but I was an adolescent and I did get off to that a million times. And that's maybe why I want the issue too. Because there's this chick with these triple E tits wearing nothing, like just like bikini fucking strings covering up her nipples.
That's dog.
And I remember like I remember showing, there was no game. It was just some big chick with tits trying to sell you a code book for every game. But I remember telling my dad, like, man, this book's gonna be cool. Could we get it? And my dad's like, I know why you fucking want this game. And he was like looking at it, but I didn't really
See,
get it at the time.
I was not even that good, cool. I would have just fucking ripped that page right out and take it with me.
No, that was a magazine I had. That was that issue of PSM I'm talking about.
Oh,
It was in there.
My
dad did that.
To buy it.
I wanted. My dad was not the best role model. I remember saying, "Hey, I want to go look up. I heard you can unlock Goro in Mortal Kombat 4 because I had bought it with the only paycheck I ever received for my paper out before I got fired. I bought it on the N64, and I was like, I heard you can unlock Goro. I want to go look at the magazine." And then I went to go look at the magazine. I found where the code was, and my dad just ripped the page out, and put it in his pocket. And I'm like, and I made such a huge fucking deal about it because I was like, you know, on a moral high ground. Like, you just stole that, Dad. You can't believe you just shoplifted. You just ruined that magazine. Like, not only did you steal, but now somebody else is going to get double fucked because someone's going to buy that magazine, probably wanting a Mortal Kombat 4 code, and they're going to be like, oh, this fucking page is gone with all the M games. And I remember when he got home, I just like been whining about it the whole ride home because I was like, I can't believe you just did that. But at the same time, I got home like, can I see it? I want to unlock Goro. You know, I kind of wanted my cake and eat it too. And he's like, no, fuck no. And he pulled it out of his pants, crumbled it up, and flushed it down the toilet. I'm like, no, I mean, the damage was done, Dad.
Now,
you at least give me the code.
That code died in vain now. Fucking
that
code.
Magazine, yeah. I don't know why. I thought it was funny, which made me a total hypocrite because I'm like, well, you know,
you're a hypocrite.
My stance wasn't that strong to where I was like going to boycott reading the code. My dad got into, there was a time where he got into video games and he really got into Final Fantasy 7, and then he was so into that he subsequently got into Final Fantasy 8 when that came out, 9, and he in 10 as well. After that he fell off. But anyway, we were both playing 7 at the same time, and it was one of the only things that we kind of bonded on because he would actually talk to me and be like, hey, did you he'd be like, hey, I got to this boss or something, you know, he would always be ahead of me or something. And it, you know, other than that, he never fucking talked to me. And it's like, oh, he's actually talking to me and acknowledging me. And I remember he used to, like, on the way home from like grocery shopping, or he'd actually take me like, hey, you want to go to the store? He never asked me to go anywhere, but really he just wanted me to ride shotgun because he would go by like some geeky comic book store and he'd literally like park in front of it and go, okay, run in there and find out how I beat that boss. Like, go look at a magazine, write it down. Like, okay, he would use me as his little guinea pig to go in and read and not buy something.
You had to read attack, wait, heal, attack, wait.
Well, no, it was probably more like a puzzle thing. Like, where do you go? Because you get stuck and you don't know how to progress in the game. But anyway, I felt needed, even if I was just kind of a fucking pawn, I guess.
I do not fucking remember where to go. See, I should have freshened up before playing this.
Hey, William's saying Abe Lincoln isn't gay, but Stanley Kubrick did direct the moon landing. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Let's see here. We need to bring back the cheat codes. They've been gone too long. They ain't never coming back, my friend, because once they learn you can charge people for those cheats.
Yeah, plus games are too easy now. Now they just hold your hand through the whole thing most of the time.
That's why I don't play new games very much, man. It absolutely drives me absolutely batty. I fucking hate that games are 80% movies. Right? It's just you watch most of the games you play. And I mean, if I want to watch a movie, I'll watch a movie. Sometimes I just want to play a game. That's why I'm still a Nintendo fanboy, because I like games that are not overblown. I love Super Mario games. I love just games where I get thrown into it and I get to just play. I don't have to. That's why I love that Zelda. I mean, that Breath of the Wild had some dialogue in it, but it's still very fucking light compared to every other games. I like having a character where he's not going to talk every 2 seconds. I just want to play a game, man. But let me see. So yeah, they're never going to come back, man. I mean, games are easy, and anything used to be a big thing, you know, unlock Goro. Oh, wow, I get to memorize a cheat code or stumble upon it to unlock a hidden character. No, you got to pay for that shit now. You got to buy a season pack, a DLC pack now. Fuck. Even the Mortal Kombat X, granted you didn't have to do it, so I'll give it a little bit of a pass, but they would even sell they would sell 1-button fatalities as DLC. Like if you didn't want to actually have to perform the fatalities, you could purchase easy fatalities that you could use for 1 button. I mean, you're a lazy sack of shit with disposable income if you're buying your fatalities that you could just do yourself. But regardless, that was like something else too. I remember playing Mortal Kombat Trilogy back in the day, and there was a code on the PlayStation version where you can unlock a secret menu that would give you 1-button fatalities. It's something that you'd have to pay for these days.
I think this is where we go. Oh.
Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, Adrian, me and my dad's gaming relationship. I don't know, man. That's about the extent of any relationship, though. But for a while it lasted, it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it.
My dad got into games too. Like I remember the first game we actually ended up buying for the PlayStation was for him. It was Driver. He loved that game. And,
Driver.
Yeah, that was that game where like the first this is what equated to a fucking like tutorial level back then. You were in a fucking garage and it gave you a list of shit to do. And if you didn't know what a 360 or 180 was or whatever, like just random stunts to do as this driver in the car. And if you didn't know what any of them meant, like you were shit out of luck. So we were stuck on that fucking one just opening forever.
But how is your dad with games when it came to frustration? Because my dad was like a fucking baby. When he'd lose, dude, he'd fucking throw controllers and break shit. And if I guess my fucking controller, you dick. He would break my shit.
He never did that.
And, yeah, dude. He was a baby. He'd fucking lose his cool. And I'll never forget, man. I remember, because like I said, we'd be playing the same games. We'd be playing Final Fantasy VII concurrently, or 8 or 9 or something like that. And I remember there would be one time, I want to say it was 7. I think he said he turned on the game because he would work opposite shifts than when I went to school. So when I'd be sleeping, he'd be playing, etc., vice versa. I guess he woke me up in the middle of the night one night because he turned on his game after he got home from work and his data was erased. Because, and I don't know if I did it or whoever did it, but Final Fantasy VII had a bit of an imperfection about it. Whenever you went to go save your data, it would automatically revert to whatever the top spot was on the top slot, right? Which sucks. After that, when they corrected it, so if you were playing on the third game save, every time you went to go save, it would automatically be started. It would start on your third game save, right? Because people have a habit of just pushing X, get to that save, you know, because you're impatient, because there's so much loading. 7, you do that shit and you would accidentally fucking save over somebody else's data because it would start at the top. It was fucking game breaking sometimes. Anyway, I don't know if I did that, if it was a case. I did that to myself sometimes because I would create 2 saves because that's the way you do it. Because it's like, okay, well, I'm at a hard boss, but I want to create an extra save about an hour behind just in case it's too hard and I need to like grind or something, because I don't want to like corner myself into a place I can't progress. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would do that shit all the time and accidentally save over my backup. Like, fuck me. Anyway, regardless if that's what happened or not, my dad, he was screaming and fucking breaking shit. And he woke me up in the middle of the night because his fucking data was erased. And he, of course, blamed me. But what my dad didn't realize is, ever since the days of the NES, those memory cards and the internal memory and those cartridges and stuff, they would delete themselves, but sometimes.
Really?
Right? Yeah. Oh, absolutely. There was a thing with the NES, for example.
I think I'm ready for that code now.
Okay, let me finish. The NES, though, like for you had to hold the reset, I believe, on the NES before you turned off your game or would delete your save. You know, but I'll finish the story. Let me know. I'll give you the code. Okay, so you want to hit the second ivory. There you go.
Oh,
second ivory. Hold on. Play the second to last ivory. Second to last. There you go. All right, now play the very last black key. All right, play the third to last ivory. There you go. Now play the very first black key.
Eureka!
I'm a genius.
I am a genius.
Anyway, so my dad was going ape shit, woke me up in the middle of the night. and blaming me or whatever for
I
deleting
wish
this
I could
guy.
bend down nowhere near something and pick it up still. Go ahead.
But anyway, I didn't delete. I didn't. If I would have did it, it would have had my save like saved over his. Like, why would I just delete it and there'd be nothing there? So it was a memory card flub. So out of retaliation, he deleted mine too. That motherfucker.
Why not just start from yours? Presumably you were like,
I was always a little bit behind him.
Yeah, he could have just started from yours and then still got to where he was quicker.
He was. There's something about role-playing games. You don't want to play somebody else's because you have your own stats, you have your own grinding and stuff like that. But whatever, he deleted mine, and I was pissed. And there's something about when your shit gets erased or whatever, or if you forget to save, this is in the days before auto-saving, and you were playing all fucking night, and then you die, and you forgot to save. Dude, you want to like walk away. You don't want to play again for like 2 weeks. But anyway, like I said that with those games, you don't want to... You kind of have pride over your guy, your save. You know, you don't want to start from somebody else's because, you know, it's got all the stuff that you did in it. Okay, you would think he would be against that, but as soon as he deleted mine out of retaliation, he made me play the game from scratch and get him back to where he was. I'm like, well, if you were going to do that, I could have just used my guy and put in like an hour or two. So he was a fucking dick. I don't know.
Your dad's donk.
Yeah, he's a fucking asshole.
I fuck with my kid like that too.
He's a dick. By the time, and you know what's funny though, I don't like anybody playing my guys though. I don't feel like I've beaten a game myself if I had somebody help me, right? I don't feel like I really beat the game. But by the time we got to Final Fantasy X, I think my dad just didn't give a shit anymore. He was just busy and his time was valuable. And I remember he'd only have so much patience with the boss. And I remember I was watching him play this particular boss in FF10. And after like dying 10 times, he'll like come in my room, wake me up. Like, hey, you beat this boss for me. Fucking get tired and I'd have to get up and I'd have to like play.
Adrian says your dad seems crazy. I agree.
He was absolutely fucking out of his mind.
Is he schizo?
He might have been bipolar too. I have no idea. I mean, he never went to a doctor to get diagnosed with anything. So, I mean, he was the white Kanye West, basically. Violent Kanye West. Scoopity poop. Poopity scoop.
Scoopity doop. Poopity scoop.
I get comments back. William, you talking about G4? What the fuck? G4, the channel, you're supposed to be all about video games, but ended up being 2 shows about games and the rest was content. Was cops reruns and shit.
Yeah, cheaters. I remember when they all of a sudden brought that stuff. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Before that, it was called Tech TV.
Tech TV. Sci-fi is hot at work. Oh, on at work is what I think you mean. On a new Critters movie and TV show, apparently. Wait, they're talking about that, Zach?
Oh, yeah.
Sci-fi original?
I remember hearing that, baby.
Adrian, well, I'm a lot older than you, so it was constant gaming news and tech shows. Okay, that must be Adrian you talking about G4, I guess. I'm still wondering how old Adrian is. It's like now it's like a mystery. Now I want to know.
Yeah, it'll be a meme now. We'll always have to wonder.
He's immortal. Let's see. William, I wish my dad played video games, but growing up, he seemed to be adamant against me playing them. It's changed now, especially since he sells a lot of old games and other stuff on eBay. Does your dad like, is he a reseller? Does he do like the swap meet thing, or he goes and looks at, you know, flea markets and stuff to look for games to flip? Because my mom does that shit. And it pisses me off because they're the enemy. They're the people that inflate the market and congest the market and make it hard for people to obtain things, you know, that actually want them. So,
see, the game just kind of fucked with me a bit because it's like there was no way to get into the basement. It was just like a weird cubby hole thing that you couldn't open, and now all of a sudden there's a fucking that wall is just gone and it goes down. See, the game fucking plays with you, baby. It's like, what the fuck?
Adrian saying his dad had tons of Playboys and he was constantly sneaking through his nightstand checking them out. Dude, your dad was a rookie, man. My dad had fucking Club magazine, Penthouse, the real sleazy shit. He had like stuff like jugs, you know.
Patrick on a horror or Squeen Queens podcast, he's a gay dude, and he was talking about like the first time I knew I was gay. It was a classic scenario where all your friends get the fucking the fucking Playboy, and so we open it up. We're all looking at it. They're like, "Oh my god, look at her tits!" And another friend's like, "Look at her pussy!" And he knew he was gay the second. He's like, "I thought, look at them shoes, though." And I was like, "Oh, that's dark." Her shoes are beautiful.
Oh my god. But no, man, like I don't know, my buddy, did I ever tell a story about the buddy that was giving me porn mags?
I don't know.
So that's another story too. Maybe I'll save that for another time, but basically I was getting hooked up with all these retro porn mags that were his dad's, and it was like stuff from the fucking 70s and 80s, man. So it was huge bush, you know? But oh, what's this? Okay, so William says his dad is a reseller. He goes to flea markets, yard sales, estate sales, thrift stores, looking for anything and everything old to sell on eBay. I mean, I guess it's a hobby. And I don't know what your dad's situation is. Like my mom, she can't work because she's got a health problem. We don't know what it is. It kind of sounds symptom wise like it's MS, but doctors can't find or tell her what it is. But basically she can't walk anymore, and her her balance is deteriorating, so she had to stop working. So she does that shit. Well, she'll sell shit and she'll try and flip stuff. So I understand it. People got to make a buck however they make a buck. With that said, if your dad's doing it with just anything and everything, that's not too bad. If he's just like attacking the video game market, like I said, if people got to make their money, they got to make their money. But it is irritating for people that actually want to collect that stuff.
Fun fact: we just entered the Nightmare World for the first time in the series, baby. And this is actually every time you see these little symbols that comes into play whenever you're trying to get the UFO ending, you get a fucking some kind of item your second playthrough, and you gotta like use it at all of these symbols in the game.
William says he has a job and everything's fine. It's just a way for him to earn extra cash. Well, tell him to stop. Man, I got so excited. I woke up one morning some years back on Craigslist. Some guy was selling his entire collection, and he had an awesome collection. And I woke up, and he said, I'm going to start the sale at like 7 a.m. bright and early. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to show up around 6, and I'm going to wait because it's impossible to get there early enough because somebody always gets there first. And it's always somebody that owns a store, or they're a reseller, or they have a flea market booth or something on the weekends at a swap meet, and they buy everything. So I'm like, okay, I'll get there an hour early. I don't even want like everything. There's a couple of things I would like to have. Man, I got there at 6 a.m. This guy wasn't even going to open up and set up till 7. And I got there at 6 a.m. and there was this guy loading up his truck with everything. Like he must have went to his door and knocked on it at like 5:30 a.m. saying, hey, I'm here early. He wasn't even waiting, and he fucking bought everything.
What a fuck boy.
And this guy had so much. He had, it was oh my God, it was El Dorado of fucking retro games. So the guy had probably a store, it's probably like a local shop or something. But I was so pissed, man. I'm like, motherfucker. I wanted to like go to the guy and be like, dude, can I just have that Mega Man 2? Give me something, dude. This is fucking ridiculous.
See, if that guy was an honest man, he would have been like, no early birds. I'm going to give everybody a chance.
Oh, you talking about the guy I tried to get him to resell it to me after he underneath me? No. You got to come to my shop. No early. It's just so irritating, man, because that was actually a fun hobby of mine. I did it for the longest time, and ever since I moved to Phoenix, I don't do it anymore but I used to love to go to the flea markets. And when I used to live in Springfield, Missouri, it was a mid-sized town, so it was easy to find my favorite like flea markets and just sort of go to those on a day off or whatever, because the city was only so big, and I knew my spots and stuff like that, and I got to know the sellers and stuff, and it was fun. And this is stuff I always kept for myself, and if I could find a deal on just something, as long as I ended up buying something for less than it went for online, it was a big thrill for me, even if at the end of the day, when you calculate how much time and gas I like put in, I enjoyed what I was doing though. So, but when I moved to Phoenix, it's so big here and it's so like spread out. There are so many swap meets and flea markets. It's just impossible. Like it would take me 2 weeks just to find places that I would consider to be like my spots, and it's just intimidating, so I don't do it anymore. And not to mention, you don't find anything anymore anyway, because most people are selling shit online. The only people that aren't selling stuff online, they're actually still doing stuff at flea markets and whatever, or are really, really old people and that aren't savvy to the online shit. And they're selling a bunch of like old Roy Rogers vinyls and stuff that I don't care about.
You don't want that Roy Rogers vinyl?
I should have hijacked his truck and taken the goods. I should have kicked him in the nuts too.
Yeah. You should have opened up a copy of, like, a disc-based game and just slit his throat with it.
The guy, he did have a couple of things left. He did have a couple of things. He didn't totally take everything, which I'm surprised. But I did buy a few boxes for some games I have, like just empty boxes. Like I think I bought a Mario 2 box for my copy, and I bought like a Dragon Quest box or something like that. And I remember I bought a couple of NES controllers because you can never get enough of those. And I remember he had a box, like a milk crate, just with NES controllers or like miscellaneous controllers. And he just had a generic price, like, I don't remember if it was like $5 for controllers and just whatever's in this crate. And I was going through them and I was like, okay, I found a few NES controllers. And one of them was a limited edition Mega Man 2 NES controller back when the game came out. And they're actually pretty rare. And I went to go pay for him. And he's like, oh, how did I put this in there? I can't give you that for $5. I'm like, you are just fucking me every which way from Sunday today, aren't you, buddy? And I didn't buy it.
Did you grab his cock and start fucking jacking it off?
I should have fucked him back. Absolutely.
Exactly. I'd have been hot. I'd have fucking
It's so fun. I almost just asked myself, why am I talking about this? But I forgot we're not doing the commentaries. We're actually on Retro Rampage, so it's actually
it makes sense.
Appropriate. It's appropriate. Yeah. Hey Mendoza, what's the first video game you ever played, man?
Do you have any family in Texas? Are you related to a Carlos Mendoza? Because I have a cousin named Carlos Mendoza, and we could be related. That's pretty dog.
I'm sure there's a lot of Mendozas out there.
Yeah, and Carlos especially.
Yeah. Aaron, you needed me there, he says. What, to jerk his dick? You could have distracted him. So while you were jerking his dick, I could have fucking just like slipped him $2 for that controller I wanted. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. But no, hey, Zach, what's your favorite video game of all time? Might be a hard question. Okay, give me your top 3. You don't think about it too much. I mean, like, if it's something you change later, that's fine. But like, off the top of your
Symphony
head.
of the Night.
Okay.
Metal Gear Solid, the original, would probably be in there.
I thought you would have said 3. Okay.
Actually, 3 isn't my favorite. It's I actually like part 2 better than 3, which everybody hates part 2.
Yeah, I don't hate part 2. It's like Rocky 5. Mm-hmm. Rocky 5, I keep saying, is a shit movie, but really, it's just shit when you're comparing it to the rest of the franchise. But it's really not like a terrible movie. I mean, like by normal standards, just when you're putting it up against the rest of them. So that's the way I feel about Metal Gear Solid 2. It's still a good game. Like compared to every other game that came out that year, it's a great game. Mm-hmm. But compared to what it's sandwiched between, it's got problems. But it's just I don't know, like it's enjoyable, but once you've beaten it, it's kind of an eye roller. Like, man, like if you ever want to go back and play it again, like because sometimes I want to play the whole series again, and the thought of going back to replay 2, it makes me think I'll just read that online. I'll just read the story I'll just read the briefing on 3, or the briefings. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't have to play that one. I got a little bored being on the big shell for so long.
I always like that area.
Yeah, but it's like the whole fucking game's on Big Shell. And I know Shadow Moses and stuff like Shadow Moses was so much cooler. I don't know.
I hear you.
Dude, Adrian Mendoza, the first game would have been something on the Atari 2600. I used to have an Atari 2600, man. I inherited it. I think it was my uncle's, but I used to play Atari shit all the time. I loved it.
Was that a game, Atari shit? I'd play Atari shit.
It should have been, though, but I'm trying to think, actually. I'm trying to think of what else I had. I'm going to find out here in a second. No, actually, I had an Atari ST, which was great. It was actually the nicest version of the Atari. I think it was the last Atari that the console they put out before the crash, the video game crash. And it was cool. So like if you played the Pac-Man version of that was on the Atari ST, it looked just like the arcade. It looked great. But if you played the Atari 2600 version of Pac-Man, it looked like ass. It had like the blue screen, and Pac-Man wasn't even a circle. It was like a blob. You remember that, Zach? You've seen it?
Yeah.
Same thing with Donkey Kong. The original 2600 Donkey Kong looked like fucking shit. But the one I had on the ST, it was arcade perfect, man. But it would also play all the old games too. Like I could play the shitty old games. I could play the newest games and stuff. And it was actually a full computer. You could have set it up to a monitor and stuff like that. Most people didn't realize it. But
trying to eat my ass again.
Let's see. He says, my mother and all of her side of the family is here in Texas. My father and all of his family is from Mexico. So I think that's his way of saying he's not related to your cousin.
Well, my cousin is from Texas.
Hey, I can answer that question, William. He lives in Dallas, Fort Worth, because he said he works at the airport.
My Aunt Teresa did marry a Mexican dude. I don't know if he came from Mexico, or if he just always lived here, baby. So yeah.
Adrian says, I just remember playing Superman on the Atari 2600. I'm sorry. Did you ever play the Halloween game? That's shit. Did you ever play the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game? That's probably more shit. But the nicer Atari games that came out like in the 80s, like in the early 80s for the crash, there's some good titles, man. I like that version of Dig Dug and stuff. That's really good. I like that version of Food Fight and Tempest and things like that. It's good stuff. What's funny? Ever since you told us that you worked at Dallas Fort Worth, I haven't flown through there. I used to have to fly through Dallas Fort Worth all the fucking time. But
oh, look, that's cool. I forgot about this. Yeah, the picture is now just the fucking room. That's creepy.
Oh. But since then, there's two places I go primarily. I go home to Missouri, and I go to Nebraska. And we have straight shots out of two different airports here. It's like I don't have to do any layovers anywhere, which is great. But I think I'm wondering. Yeah, it's like I'm going to Europe in March. I'll be in Europe for the entire month. And even then, I've got a direct flight out of Phoenix straight to London. So I don't know, man. I'm not complaining. Flying through Dallas Fort Worth was shitty, man, because it's just such a big airport, and you can't afford for your flight to be late because it's going to take you like 30 minutes to get to your connecting flight. So it was always pretty stressful.
It's pretty stressful. That's what's so dank about it, is that it's stressful. Hey,
what's this?
We got it. Never mind. We talked about that. Never mind. You'll hear that on the next commentary that comes out.
Let's see. William says he's going to Austin in March next year to attend South by Southwest. It's part of a special one-time class at my college. That's neat, man. You looking for anybody in particular at South by Southwest? Seems like fucking Paul McCartney's always playing that or something. There's always some kind of. I'd never been to Austin.
I've been to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
You've been inside him? I've spent a lot of time in Houston. Not a fan of that city.
Houston.
Mm-hmm. Are we at a place where you think you want to stop? How much longer you want to go, Zach? It's up to you.
We can go as long as you want, bitch. It's Brittany, bitch.
Let's call it at an hour and a half. Right? An hour 19.
All right.
Yeah. I'd like to go to Austin. When's the last time you traveled, Zach? Was it when you went to Florida? You drove down to Florida? Or no, you went to Indiana. You went to Indiana for Horror Hound, right?
Yeah, that's like just right next to me, though. See, look, you walk out this door, there's a fucking cage here. That door's not here, but you walk out that door, and there's more fucking mind fuzz, baby. Try to suck my dick.
How close are you? How close are you to Indianapolis? Drive.
Like an hour and a half or something.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's not bad at all. Yeah, Houston just feels like a really, really, really gigantic border town. You know, it doesn't really have a whole lot of identity. You know, like a big city of its size should. But
You don't have an identity.
yeah, I don't have an identity.
I stole your identity.
You stole Corey G's identity,
I
you
did.
fucker.
Yeah, I took it. Fuck him. He's a douche.
How far are we into the game right now? Like, what are you at?
This is only the first fucking area, baby. There's like
how long?
3 or 4 of them.
How long does it take to clear this game?
5 hours or so.
No, that's not too bad. I'm so stoked, man. I'm getting more and more excited for RE2 Remake. We're so close now. It's becoming a reality. I can accept it now.
This part's pretty good. I don't remember this. I'm thinking of this seed or the seed for part 3 where the guy calls.
I don't know. That motherfucker's always getting phone calls. Daddy, help me.
Oh, it's Cheryl.
Daddy, give me your cummies. Hey, I know you're not big into like fighting games, dude, but like right now you can get Mortal Kombat X XL with all the DLC for $4.99 on the PSN store. Dude, you should totally get it for that price and at least experiment with it because it's a great
I played
fight.
it before. Yeah, I think I might get it.
$4.99, dude. Fucking get it. I bought it. I double dipped actually. I double dipped so I can have one copy just on the hard drive too, so I don't have to like.
Also, I just got a pretty tight deal from fucking what's it called? Audible. They're doing this thing where 3 months, $6. $6.
Oh, really?
But $6 a month.
Oh, it's $6 a month.
Yeah, then it goes back up to 14. It's too expensive, but I got it.
It is. I tried. Do they still do that deal where your first month's free and you get a free book? I think they still do that.
Yeah,
when you first get it.
Yeah, anything. If you stop getting it, you still keep all the books you bought while you had it. It basically gives you a credit every month for 1 book, and then even if you stop,
whoa! What do you mean? You get a book every month? I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
So if you pay for it, you get a free book every month.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
What'd you think? So if I get it for,
well, I thought you had to buy. I thought you pay for the. I thought you just. I don't know. I really didn't know. I thought it was like you were able to buy the books with the subscription, or maybe you got like it was like a Netflix type thing. I don't know, or you got like a discount. I have no idea. But
yeah, you get them and keep them.
Okay, so you're saying for $6 a month for 3 months, I could get 3 books.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Would you recommend anything? Any books?
I usually use it for. I usually just like read novels and stuff normally, but I get like bigger, like longer books on tape, audiobooks.
I was trying to. I thought I'd like audiobooks, and I was trying to listen to one time on a drive, a long commute. This is going to put me to sleep. It was just too hard, you know. I don't know if I still want to do it though. I think I want like a really exciting narrator. I guess maybe I had a really bad fucking narrator or something that just was. I don't know.
I usually get it for the nonfiction stuff. A lot of times they have the author read them.
Yeah, I think the book I got with my free trial of Audible was I'm sorry, not the Hellbound Heart, but the Scarlet Gospels.
Yeah,
and I was like, wow, I just couldn't get into it, and I'm like, I don't know if it's the book's fault or if it's just because I'm not used to audiobooks, but I was having a hard time retaining what I was listening to while I was driving.
Yeah,
you know, I don't know, but I could do that with podcasts though, so I don't know if is it just boring or what it is, or
probably
is it the
just
monotone?
your mind was running or something.
It's super monotone too on like a podcast the way they do it. But Adrian says he loves looking at Zach. What the fuck am I, chop liver? Let's see here. I love long drives, listening to audiobooks. I want to get into it. I think I'm going to give it another chance. I think I might jump on this $6 a month thing for 3 months. I might need to look at what books are out there. Are they pretty good at having pretty much anything I'd want in a selection, or do you find that there's some titles you can't find if they're older or whatever?
As long as there's an audiobook version, they usually got it.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I'll probably get it. Maybe I just need to listen to that shit when I'm sleeping. Maybe that would help me. But then I would have the problem of, okay, I fell asleep at some point. Where did I fall asleep at this book? So I'm gonna have to rewind. You know what I mean?
The app has a thing that like you can set it to turn off after like 15 minutes, just in case you fall asleep.
Well, how does it know I fell asleep? Do I have to check in or something?
If it shuts off and you're still awake, just like grab it and just let it know you're still awake.
So that's something I'm gonna do then. That's cool. So if you guys have any books, Adrian, you like audiobooks. If you have any suggestions, man, let me know what I should get, and I might get Audible again because I want something good to listen to. Oh, William had some connection issues on his end. He's back.
Dad, see, it's the Illuminati all over again. Those fuck boys. I kill them. I kill you and I take your power.
We used to play the shitty War Gods video game. Remember that? Remember Midway? They were obviously they had a big hit on their hands with like Mortal Kombat. So Midway, the publisher, not Ed Boon's team and stuff, but Midway was putting out a bunch of fucking Mortal Kombat ripoffs. They were competing with their biggest franchise. I don't know why they did that, but they had games like Mace the Dark Age, War Gods, and they would call the finishing moves fatalities, and they'd be rated M and the whole deal. And they would blatantly rip off their own property that Ed Boon created. Anyway, we played War Gods, this shitty game, and there was this one guy, I think his name was Tack, and that was like his line at the end. It was on PlayStation 64. When he beat you, he would go, "I kill you and I take your powers." I'm like, what the fuck? It was so cheesy. And I remember my dad walking by hearing that, and he was fucking mocking us because it was so gay, he said. And it really was. It was stupid.
Sounds
but
dank.
I've been wanting to play it. I've been wanting to do a stream of War Gods with my brother and just relive how shitty it was. What was I going to look at? I was going to look at something. I can't remember. I done already forgot it. My memory's going to shit, man. Do what? Adrian saying do it. Do what? Maybe it's something I said and I forgot it, see?
I swear that's where you put that ball.
I know. The ball gag in your mouth. That's right. I was going to look to see if I had any like comments of note on some Retro Rampage stuff. Because I know when I see that stuff, I'm always like, oh yeah, I'll have to remember that next time we do Retro Rampage because I don't want to talk about it on the commentary. I have, excuse me, I have to filter through all the Evans brothers and the Problem Child comments.
I hate Problem Child too, though, but one's okay. I bet that's what they're saying.
Yeah. Somebody Night Shubidabida, that guy, the kanji letter, our favorite guy from he's a Kiwi, He said, Zach, he's talking on the Resident Evil 0 Part 3 playthrough you and Zach did. Zach, if you want a doll that comes, just buy a doll that pees and fill the reservoir up with cum instead of water. Bada bing, bada boom.
Hell yeah. Why did I think of that?
And yeah, we had Oliver Closeoff comments. Solid 3 Part 1 Retro Rampage. He's like, this stream seemed like it was only yesterday. LOL. He's poking fun of me that I released it early. Because I released it the next day. Oh well.
Fuck up.
Let's see. Yeah, it happens, dude. But yeah. Anyway. Adrian's asking War Games. No, War Gods. Yeah, War God is this shitty game. I do want to do it. There's a lot of games. I'm more of a retro guy. Now that I kind of at least got some of this shit figured out, Zach, I want Zach to give me a tutorial. I want you to help me figure out how I get my Elgato hooked up to where I don't have to, surrender my second monitor for everything else. I'd like to be able to keep it hooked up and I can switch back and forth.
Did you plug it into like whatever you were hooking up the Elgato? Did you put just into the HDMI, or did you put like or just into the USB, or did you like the HDMI out? I gotta use that too. Did you use the HDMI out for the second monitor? Because you don't gotta use the HDMI out at all.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah.
Because I had. I'm looking at it right now. Let me see. So I've got the HDMI in. The HDMI is going from like my Nintendo Switch in the HDMI in, and then my HDMI out was going into my PC.
Does it have to go into anything?
Well, then where does it hook into my PC then? Because nothing's hooking into my PC.
USB. That's how you get it to show up on the same monitor. It's through the USB. Make sure you hook it up to a USB 3.0 port though. Like if you got some in the front, some in the back, the ones in the back might be 3.0.
Okay, so here I'm gonna show it to you actually. Oh, I can't reach it. Yeah, so there's the USB in there too. I don't remember. Hold on. Yeah, I don't remember what. There's a USB in there too. It's right next to the input for the HDMI, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't even remember what. There's a USB in there. I don't even know if we had that plugged into anything. But yeah, okay. So you're saying if I plug that in, that'll be good.
Then it'll do it right to your normal monitor. You won't have to.
And can I just? So even then, do I have to like plug it in and out, or will I be able to just like turn it on and off and just switch?
Just be able to turn it on and go right to it, baby.
That's fucking cool, man. It's way easier. So I want to do some retro shit, and I got a lot of games on my Wii U, man. Since I don't really play my Wii U, because there's a lot of they have a really good virtual console, so I might actually keep my Wii U hooked up over here. That'd be pretty cool. Play some retro shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Will's bailing out, man. We're about to bail too. But Adrian did say how is Josh James and Mac. Mac's short, and Josh James is fucking cool as shit, I guess. No, Mac's good. He's sick. I think he's congested, right? He's talking about his voice is still.
We're gonna do a fucking drunken commentary tonight of Back to the Hood, Leprechaun.
Oh yeah, man, that one's funnier than the first one. It's silly, man. You get to see the Leprechaun eating a fucking stick of butter in the fridge.
I was wanting to watch it before I did it, just not drunk, but I didn't get to.
And Josh James is good too. But let's see, William. Yeah, he says gonna have to leave. The connection issues are getting worse. Have fun though. Yeah, man. So we're gonna go ahead and leave too, man. Will, if you're still on, thanks for joining us. Adrian, we're about to bounce out. Zach, are you at a good stopping point?
Yeah.
All right. So we'll continue this one at some point. I know we're kind of bouncing back between a couple of games here, but I think the next time you see me on, I'm gonna play something pretty retro, man. I think I want to do like a playthrough of like a classic Mario game. You guys were talking shit on that Lep in the Hood commentary about the Mario All-Stars versions. I think the Mario All-Stars versions are superior.
Fuck you.
They really are. So, and I want to play through something like Link to the Past and these old games. So, but anyway, we'll catch you guys next time, man. Thanks for joining us.
I think I'm gonna do fucking like part 2 of Ori sometime too. Hello. Pretty soon.
Yeah, go for it. Knock it out as much as you want. So, all right, man. We'll talk to you guys later. Zach, later, dude.
Later, guys. I'll suck your dicks. I want to suck everybody's dick in here. Adrian Mendoza.